What's up, guys? James with Lone Star Athletics here. In the last vlog, you saw that we're going to be talking about David Goggins' book, Can't Hurt Me, and we're going to be going over Challenge 1 today. Challenge 1 is putting out anything that's affected you negatively, putting that out there so you can see how you've grown from it or how you can grow from it. Turning that negative into a positive and just using that negative energy to just progress you forward and move you on the right path. In the book, I have some reference points here, so I'm looking down. He wants you to kind of go over what bad hand you've been dealt. Everybody's bad hand is different. How everybody views a bad hand is different. And so this is just going to be my experience on what I took as a bad hand, or how something someone has said to me has affected me in a certain way. So that's what I'm going to talk about today, and we're going to go over that. David Goggins wants you to talk about, sometimes the time that you were abused, beaten, bullied, if you're limiting your own growth, if you're standing in your own way, things that are limiting you from growing to your fullest potential. We're going to find negativity in the power and find power in your own story. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about my life, about me. I have two great parents that love me, that, support me in everything that I do. And they've always been there to support me, and that's never been an issue. I've been blessed in that way. Not everybody has two parents. Not everybody can say that their parents love and support them the way that my parents have for me. In school I had good grades. I thought I had good grades. Elementary, not so much. I really didn't focus or care for school. But who does, right? It's elementary. You don't really think it's a big a deal. Middle school, I met some great teachers, had some great teachers that really inspired me and just touched me in a way that made me want to learn, made me want to grow and to push myself in a certain way, I guess you could say. So shout out to those teachers that, kind of helped me in that way. High school was a different experience for me. I had good grades. I made A's and B's all throughout, a couple of C's every now and then, but we're getting into my junior year of high school, and I'm talking to the counselor, and he's like, James, you don't have good enough grades to get into a university. Your grades, your test scores aren't great. You just don't have the grades to get into the university without a bridge program. So, as a 16-year-old, I really didn't know what that meant. I didn't think to look at my GPA. I didn't think to try to understand test scores. I didn't take that to anybody to well, hey, what does this mean? I just took it for what it was. And for me, that was just okay, you don't have the grades to get into the school that you want to get into, or to apply to these colleges that you want to apply to, so don't waste your time. And that was where I set a limit on myself. I was standing in my own way. I ended up, that following year, that counselor wasn't there for whatever reason. I ended up enrolling in dual credit courses my senior year. I graduated with a 3.59 GPA. My test scores weren't great. Had I applied myself to my test scores, I could have gotten into, university straight off the bat instead of using a bridge program. But that's one way that I was limited. I took it for what it was and didn't try to investigate further. I just, okay, that's what he says, that's where I'm at. And that's how I felt. Just I wasn't smart enough. And then I graduate, I look at my transcripts and realize that I had above average GPA to get into most of the schools that I was looking at. That had I applied myself and actually applied to those schools instead of taking what someone told me, I could have gotten in. And that was limiting my own self, limiting I limited myself because I took what somebody said and didn't try to like investigate. So fast forward to, or let's rewind a little bit. I quit my high school football team for various reasons my senior year. I felt that I wasn't getting adequate playing time, that I wasn't going to get the adequate playing time that I had, just being a dumb kid and being selfish and not really understanding or trying to talk to my coach about it. But during that time I worked, and everything, my senior year was great regardless of that. But after graduation, I was in the back at my job sweeping up in the warehouse, and my coach came in and he was like, "James, how you doing?" "I'm fine." I hadn't talked to him since I quit the team. That's good. You're doing what you're good at, sweeping up garbage. That's what he told me, and I was just like honestly, that just pissed me off. Like, I wanted to just like lose my mind on this coach. And like, since that day, those words have stuck with me, to want to prove him wrong, that I'm better than just doing that, limiting myself to just sweeping up garbage. Like, as a 17-year-old with very little path of direction, like what you want to do, when you hear those words, it's not easy to understand that, like, because somebody is feeling a certain way, they're just going to degrade you to make you feel the way that they do. And those words lit a fire under my ass to just be the best that I could be. They've pushed me to do things that I thought I would never do. He was one of the main reasons that I wanted to be a coach. To treat student athletes better than he treated anybody else. To be a coach that he wasn't. And that just, it's fueled so much of what I've done. And that can't be my fuel anymore. So I'm putting it out here. It's fueled a lot of what I've done, and it's not going to fuel it anymore. I've got a new purpose, got new goals to tackle. So in a way that this negativity affected me, that somebody thought so negatively of me that I would just be limited to that, is what fueled me. So I turned that negative into a positive. And now we're going to fast forward to college. I changed majors 3 times. I was all about quick money, trying to just make money, like what was going to get me the most lucrative career. That's what I was about. And for me, that was, okay, let's be a pharmacist. Okay, so take the courses to that. Okay, well, let's try nursing. That's going to be a little bit quicker. And we were right there at the cusp of getting into nursing school, and pulled out, okay, let's go ahead and get a bachelor's degree in exercise science. Let's be a strength and conditioning coach and coach for an NFL team, a collegiate team. Let's do that. Let's go that route. Get my bachelor's. Everything is not going great, but I can't complain. Everybody struggles. Everybody has something that they struggle with. For me, it was just losing motivation. I'd been in school for 5 years. I was tired. I was worn out. I was very close to dropping out of school. I took a job with a company for about a month. It was hard work, hard freaking work. 13-hour shifts, 14-hour shifts, moving 80-pound boxes for the entire shift, and that shit's tough. I wear a size 10 ring, and I mean that's about average, I guess. I really don't know, but my ring fit on my pinky. That's how swollen my hands were from the job that I was doing, from moving those boxes and loading those pallets, and like that was hard freaking work. That changed my entire outlook of my last semester of college, because I was ready to just quit. I thought, you know what, if this job works out that I can just do this and make some decent money, this will be what I do for the rest of my life. I'll just work my way up the ladder and do this. And that affected me because, well, I moved past that stage of like wanting to do that for a job, because it was ridiculously hard. I would have been a broken old man by the time I was 30, and thank God I'm not. So fast forward to the graduation. I'm applying, looking for an internship. I ended up getting an internship at Winter Circle Athletics. Shout out to them. Greatest place in America to train your athletes. You know, they are doing some great things out there. Love the company, love the people out there. I learned a lot from those guys. They were A1, 100, the best people I could ever work with. Thank you. So that just, having a little bit of fuel because of someone said something to me, projected me in that direction. Now the internship didn't turn out the way that I wanted it to. That's what happens, that's life. But now we're here. Just, how are we limiting ourselves now? We're past the internship. What are we doing to progress ourselves? Am I standing in my own way? Yes, I have been standing in my own way. I've been saying since before I graduated that I needed to take some certifications to progress in the world of strength and conditioning, and to just make those moves to become a strength and conditioning coach, or to do what I want to do for the PD. Like, those things have been limiting factors. I've been limiting myself because I've been putting those things off. So I've made a list. Busting my butt at work. I'm gonna really just push myself to not limit myself anymore on these monetary items that I know that I can achieve these certifications and get these certifications and move forward. So that's where we're at. We're not gonna limit ourselves anymore, guys. We're gonna stop limiting our growth. Gonna quit standing in our own way. We're gonna move forward. Okay? So that's what we're doing. That's what we're working on right now. Along with waiting to hear back from the PD. I'm hearing some things that, you know, backgrounds are being looked into, so that's a good sign. I'm not really nervous to get about the background check, just more nervous that it's just a background check. It's nerve-wracking in general. So we'll see how that goes. It's coming up quick. But don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. The next video, I don't know what we'll do. We'll see. I've got a list of things I've got written down. I do better when I write lists and make things out, and so we'll look at that and get the next video uploaded soon. So yeah, let's go out, be positive this week, continue to be positive. Let's make positive change in the world. Make positive change in your world. Just be that for somebody. Be that for yourself more than anything. And that's all you really can do. Nobody's gonna do it for you. So don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.